If you think about it and you look at a time lapse of this terracing project and you look at how small this little diversion is on Fort St. Philip, and then if you look at what a small percentage of water we're sending to feed this terrace, it proves that with small amounts of water we can still build land. There's plenty enough sediment. That's why the water is brown. It's just 80% of it is floating as fines in the water. So there's plenty enough sediment to build land. We just have to manipulate it and find ways in which to make it work for us. This is one of the few places in the world that's growing land. You know, a lot of people say, well, it sure tore up a lot of land when it first blew out. Not the diversion, but the blowouts from the river up a little bit. And it did. It scoured this area through there, but now it's filled up everything with sediment, and all this land is building. On my duck lease, every year we have to find different spots to build blinds because we can't get to the ones, even in a mud boat, because it's solid, hard ground now. You know, when you pump a marsh creation project, you're just covering up habitat. You're making land, and it's fine. It's very, very expensive, and there's not a lot of sediment deposits in which to draw from to do that. But if they want to do that, they can build the beaches like we've done. But then if you say, okay, well, I'm going to start filling up the bays, well, then the same people that want you to build marsh and dredge, well, oh, don't put them on top of my bay. That's my oysters, my shrimp, my crabs. You're going to cover them up. So at what point is that not good anymore? If you take nature's way and let it do it, and when it does, it'll grow forever. When you stop dredging and you pull that dredge away, that's like buying a new car. As soon as you walk away from the showroom, it starts depreciating. And those dredge and marsh creation projects do the same thing. They'll start sinking and they'll start eroding. Whereas this will build, as long as this river is running through there, it's going to build bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's the difference. And this is 1.2 million versus 40 million. It's more cost efficient by 40-fold. Well, on the west side, we had 6.3 miles of marsh between the launch and the Gulf. Now it's all gone. When I started getting here, they had headlands 7 foot tall. I mean, canals and all. And now all of it's gone. Not a speck of land left, because the salt water came in and then it subsided, and without the sediment to replenish the subsidence. There's a lot of things, you know, people say, well, the oil did it. No matter what did it, on that side of the river, there's nothing left, and on this side, it's growing. And I see it every day. I see why, I see how. I learn what areas are growing, and I try to figure out what made the sediment go to that area. And it's all about slowing this water down and getting that sediment to drop out. And when you have aquatic vegetation, that submerged aquatic vegetation, it's habitat for everything. You'll see little fish and crabs and shrimp. Everything's in it, raising up. On the other side, everything gets eaten because there's nowhere for anything to hide. And that's the plight of Louisiana. And worse yet, all that marsh that died, it went to the lowest spots. Yellow Cotton Bay was 89 foot deep. Now it's 10 foot deep, filled with decaying material. It's not good for anything. You used to have 100, 200 boats in there every day, everybody catching fish everywhere you look. There's no boats, there's no money, there's no fish, there's nothing. It's probably a $2 million a year economic engine for South Plaquemines Parish, gone, and nobody said a word about it.